NBC 15 weather with Chief Meteorologist Alan Sealls, certified most accurate forecast by Weather Rate.
Hurricane Ida is a Category 2 storm several hundred miles south of Mobile Bay. Current wind 105 miles an hour. That's equal to the landfall wind of Hurricane Sally. However, the winds are gusting to 125 and the motion is northwest, right now targeting Louisiana. It is going to strengthen, and even though the clouds spread out and cover most of the Gulf, the actual hurricane force winds, 75 miles an hour or greater, they stretch out about 30 miles in every direction. So in other words, the hurricane force winds cover an area roughly the size of Mobile and Baldwin counties, meaning it is a compact storm in terms of the highest wind, but it still could have a broad impact. There's no real change here on the computer models. If you've been watching closely, it's been 3 days of almost all computer projections pointing this toward Louisiana. That gives us a high certainty that that's where it's going. And yes, you will see very tiny fluctuations. You will see wobbles. You will see the wind jump up and fade down, but a slight change is not a trend. Watch what's going on here. The forecast has it going to 125 mile an hour wind overnight, 130 tomorrow at landfall, which is likely in the afternoon or evening on the Louisiana coast. And the winds could be higher or lower than that. It's not going to be a big difference. This is going to be a powerful storm and a big impact for Louisiana. And then, of course, it continues north and then northeastward as a rainstorm. We are on the east side of the track. We are going to get some impact here. Now, I mentioned Sally. At landfall, Sally had wind of 105. That's all the wind was, but the reason Sally was so devastating was it was moving at 3 miles an hour. Compare that to Ivan, which was moving at 13 miles an hour, a stronger storm. But more significantly, Sally had a hurricane wind radius of about 40 miles. It was not a large storm. Ivan was a large storm with a 105-mile radius. And look at Katrina, the radius of hurricane force winds. They were 125 miles. And then, of course, the storm itself was 145 miles per hour at the first landfall. So when you look at the numbers, it's no one number that's going to give you the whole picture. Right now, we hope that Ida remains compact. Either way, the wind projection is going to put it to Category 3 or Category 4. But the wind by itself doesn't tell you the whole story. And not to mention, it's still 24 hours from landfall. And that means the landfall parish, you can't say exactly. There's still a wide margin of error of 45 miles in any direction of where you think it's going to go. And the wind projection, it could be 10 miles an hour higher or lower easily. So we've got tropical storm warnings here in the NBC 15 area. Baldwin County, Mobile County, Washington County, and westward. That's because we could see winds over 40 miles an hour. We're certainly going to see the threat of flooding as this rain moves in, and then it's off and on for basically 2.5 days. The rain amounts will be highest. In fact, not just the rain, but the wind and the surge, everything will be higher the more southwest you are compared to the more northeast you are. We'll look at those in a little more detail. There is now a storm surge warning for Mobile Bay and Mobile and Baldwin counties on the coastline. That means storm surge, it's going to happen 2 to 4 feet depending upon where you are and depending upon the natural tide cycle, which I'll show you that in just a moment. And then, of course, there's always that threat for isolated tornadoes. So right now, most of us on the coast, storm surge, that's your big deal to watch out for. All of us have to watch out for rain flooding and then high wind, mostly at the coast. Tornado threat could be anywhere. There's one of the outer bands of Ida. And remember, a hurricane has bands. It's not just one solid area. So we might get a small band coming in the morning, and then tomorrow we could have several bands of rain as this makes landfall. And as those bands move through, the tornado threat increases, the rainfall amounts start adding up, and then we'll really get into the heavier rain Sunday night into Monday with a strong south wind. We'll go from an east wind to a southeast wind to a south wind, and that's going to be a slow process, which is why storm surge will stay up. So here's some numbers for you. Mobile, Baldwin counties, you have a storm surge warning, tropical storm warning. Along the coastlines, surge of 2 to 4 feet. Average winds, they could range from 20 to 30 miles an hour, but they will gust from 40 to 50. Remember, everything to the southwest higher, everything to the northeast a little lower. Rainfall total 6 to 10 inches. You get outside of Mobile County into Mississippi counties, the surge, of course, would only be for Jackson County, Mississippi, and that's where the highest winds are likely. But as those bands move through, Even as Ida weakens going inland, still the wind will stay up from Greene County southward into Jackson County, Mississippi, gusting 45, 50 miles an hour. We'll see that same range, especially in Washington County, less so as you move into northern Monroe and Connecticut counties, but plan on winds that still could gust 40 to 50 miles an hour. And these projections don't account for when a rain band moves through and you get a downburst from a thunderstorm. So all of us still need to be prepared for nuisance power outages, local flooding, at least things like that, if nothing else. In the Panhandle, things should be less intense than elsewhere. Still, you'll see water levels 1 to 3 feet above typical, rainfall of 4 to 8 inches, and you could still see winds gusting to near tropical storm force. So hurricane, it's not a solid area. The highest winds typically right in the eye wall, but when it makes landfall, it's these feeder bands that make the big difference. If you've ever heard someone say, oh, that storm wasn't so bad, it's because they were in between the feeder bands. If you've heard someone say that was the worst storm of my life, it's because they were right underneath one of those feeder bands. So we will not know where those will be until literally they arrive. Stay updated to the forecast. You have time this afternoon, this evening to continue to get prepared. We've got our isolated showers, thunderstorms. It's a breezy day. Dangerous, if not deadly conditions in the Gulf of Mexico. It only gets worse tomorrow. Don't even think about getting in the water. We'll keep that steady east wind. Gradually it shifts to southeast and then southerly in the next couple of days. Here's your wind projection. Take it through a few times. You'll notice it going to tropical storm force as a steady wind mid-afternoon tomorrow. It's going to fluctuate. We'll see our winds gusting. All of these numbers, no matter where you are, as you watch the clock, add 50%. That'll be your wind gust. Just a rough number, but it's to say that most of us inland are not going to see extreme wind unless we get a downburst or a tornado in the feeder bands. So here's your tide situation. Our high tides are generally before sunrise each of the next 3 days. The lowest tides are late afternoon, and the difference between the two of those is about 1.5 feet. So your worst threat, it's going to be around sunrise. It lowers in the afternoon. There's tropical depression number 10. Don't worry about it. It's not going to last long and it will not impact us. Here's your 7-day tracker. Stay updated, stay informed. Use your NBC 15 weather app. Click on your county. It will show you all the details.